Man, that was a delayed intro. It was like black screen. I'm scared. I
Yeah.
thought I got the black screen of death.
We gotta work on
Um,
this. We gotta work on this producer guy. I don't know what the hell they're doing. but-
Hey, anyway, welcome to another episode of Chew Joes and the Pro. As always, you got your guys Kenny, Ryan, and Brian. My boys. Well, how are we doing? How are we doing
Great.
after that debate yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Let me not start there. Anyway, we are in full swing of MLB. So I'm not going to steal Brian's thunder because I'm kind of intrigued by it right now. So let me touch on college football, which last week, if you guys are tired of hearing me talk about Alabama, then good fucking luck because we're going to talk a lot about Alabama. Okay.
Hey, they almost found a way to lose that though.
They didn't really find a way to lose it, right? They were trying to be respectable. It's kind of like
No,
a respect
stop it.
thing. Like,
Respectful.
There's no respect in college football, Kenny. Stop it.
Brian, I get what you're
Keep your
saying,
foot on
but it's
the
kind
neck.
But do you think? Listen, let me tell you something. It's the gentleman's way, right? When you look at somebody like, no, like really listen, like listen. Like, and this is not a joke thing. This is like a dead ass thing. For some reason, a lot of college coaches, when you're at a certain level, they're like, okay, if we're beating a team bad, we're going to try to run a timeout. We're not going to try to embarrass them, right? And it doesn't make sense because you're playing a team like Florida. I'm not Florida, like Georgia, where it's like, bro, you need to do all you can to keep the foot on the gas because you never know when they're going to find their stride, as they did in the second half, right? Nick Saban even said, they said, what are you going to do? What would you tell, if you were still coaching, what would you tell your guys? It's a whole second half. It's a lot of time left. They're only down. Yeah, as bad as they played the first half, they're only down 4 scores. That's 4 possessions. That's not hard. They're a great defense. They can get stops, keep their foot on the gas, and keep going. When you saw how their play calling in the second half with Alabama, it was very vanilla. Run the ball. Don't really need to take shots. Hey, we're just going to run the timeout. Defense is playing pretty good. We're good. Then you saw the score 1 touchdown. Okay, no panic. We're down 3 touchdowns. They down 3 touchdowns. We're still good. 2 touchdowns. All right, let's pick it up a little bit. But guess what? When you change the game plan and you start running the ball and do a lot of vanilla shit, when you're trying to crank the engine back up and get it going, it's late. It's like warming up for a game, like you're about to do a run. You go run, and then you cool down, and they say, "Hey, we need to sprint." You're like, "My body's already cooled down. I'm not gonna be able to run the same." Right? Luckily, Georgia found a way to let Alabama score, which was a ridiculous play by Ryan Williams, by the way, for the guy to be so young. That dead leg is probably one of the craziest moves we've seen in a while. Like, for him to be running full speed and stop like that, one look and make the boys collide, he looks like he's ready to go to the league right now. Like, he looks like the best college receiver right now. Be like, it's not even a question. I don't know what another receiver that maybe McMillan, the guy from Arizona, maybe him, Luther Burden at doggone Missouri, maybe Jeremiah Smith. He's another freshman in Ohio State. But other than that, Warren Room's at it in a chokehold, and he's a freshman. So
but what if he gets taller?
That's the
like,
thing,
I mean, he's 17. Like, he's not done growing.
We don't know if he's done growing. We don't know if he's even feeling his body yet. He's still 17, bro. He just turned 17. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
According to ESPN, it says
he's 18 now.
175. Oh, he just turned 18?
Let me make sure. He is, yeah. No. He turned 17 February 9th. Bro, he enrolled in Alabama. He was 16. That's wild. When he enrolled in December, he was technically 16.
That's crazy.
And for him to start as a freshman at 17 years old and be cooking like that is just beyond me. But it was a great game. Some people call it the greatest SEC game of all time, which I might say it is because it was definitely a very roller coaster ride, right? It was definitely Alabama super high. Georgia fans like, damn, we suck. And then the second half, Alabama fans like, oh my God, not us. Georgia fan gets the high. And then the last 3 possessions was madness. Like, back-to-back plays where it was touchdown, 60-yard plus touchdowns was crazy, right? Even Georgia's touchdown when they scored, he's like rumbling, stumbling, bouncing off tackles. We're like, come on, bro. You see everybody inside doggone Bear Bryant Stadium like, no, like, what the hell is happening? I was even at home like, I can't believe we let them come back. And then the next play is a bomb by Jalen Milroe. For everybody that was hating on Jalen Milroe out there, he can't throw. He's not this. He's not that. Y'all can just shut the hell up. Because what DeBoer has showed you is that he actually is a quarterback. He just needed somebody to help him develop. He's throwing the short throws, intermediate throws, the deep passes. He's a gamer. And talk about game speed.
What ultimately do you think is the determining factor?
Sorry. My bad. I was like, that scared me myself. Talking about like big playability. Jalen Milroe has that. And I think if anything, he is the Heisman runner right now, front runner. So, but yeah, that was
what about the running back for Boise State? He's like a highlight reel. He's like
yes, he is.
He's almost has like 200 a game. It's like ridiculous,
bro. Don't get me wrong. He is a great running back. He's running good, right? But stop it. He's not in a Heisman conversation. Like what he's doing is good because we haven't seen a lot of running backs do that as of late, but it's not Heisman level. He's not Derrick Henry SEC. He's not Reggie Bush. He's not, you know what I mean? Like he's not those type of guys.
I mean,
what's he on pace for right now?
Didn't he have over 200 yards against Oregon, who is a top 10 team this year?
They're not, but have you seen Oregon? Tell me, do you think Oregon looks good? Because they do not. They doggone was letting UCLA come back. Oregon does not look like a top 10 team.
Well, hey man,
they just look pedestrian. We're gonna see this week. We're gonna see this week. Oh, Michigan's ranked where they're ranked. Michigan was the same team when they played USC. They couldn't even pass the ball. They had 30-something passing yards. Like, what are we talking about? Like their rankings don't.
He's played 4 games. He had 6 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah, but he plays 4 games, right? He has 845 yards. Cool. They played Portland State, Washington State, who plays no defense, and Georgia Southern. They played Oregon.
192 against Oregon.
Yeah, but Oregon's defense is terrible.
Oh,
they're not a top. They're not
terrible.
A top 10 defense. Yeah, no. Okay, the Oregon's defense is definitely terrible. I'm not trying to discredit what he's doing. Like Genty is a good running back. I'm not taking that away from him, but he's not Heisman level. Like he can be in the conversation to get a couple votes. I'm not saying that, but like to win it,
I only consider them because it's almost like they're trying to get him to win it. Like
it's kind of like the
go out of the 1 yard line. And
he's
the ball.
He's their offense. That's
they don't have much. It's like Jaden Daniels in a way, right? Jaden Daniels last year, they were trying to get him to win it. Like if you saw what they were doing at LSU, they're like, hey, we don't care if you're going to bat on defense, just run it up, bro. 60, 70, whatever we need. It was different.
Can we at least say that Gentry is the best running back in college?
Genty is the best running back.
Okay, all right. I'm all right with that.
And I mean, he's gonna have a lot of miles on him now, but like he doesn't have a ton.
He's not gonna be a better running back than Ollie Gordon, but
Ollie Gordon hasn't looked like he hasn't done shit yet.
But his size and the way he runs, he can catch, he can do it all. If anything, he doesn't have a lot of miles because what they're doing at Oklahoma State is terrible. They're not even utilizing him, right? So that's going to be one of the guys that goes, hey, he was a first rounder before. Now he goes late second, might be depending on what he does in the combine, right? Late second, early third, but he doesn't have as much miles as a Genty where they're like, hey, we got to get you. Like he can go to the league. We got to show him. We got to be the premier back, and he has a lot of miles. Like a Wisconsin guy. That's the only thing I say about him. And Ollie Gordon, I think he's like 6'1" or something like that. Genty's a small guy. So, but Genty's from the crib. He's from Jacksonville. So I'm glad to see him cooking.
He looks good today.
Yeah, I didn't say he didn't look good, right? So
I mean, he is 5'9". He is short, but they say he's 215. I don't know. I mean,
no, he's a
smaller guy. He's a big dude.
No, he's all of 215 for sure. He's all 215.
He's thick for his height.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, he's for sure thick. So anyway, speaking on. Yeah, he's big, thick. Pause. Speaking of games, Virginia Tech and the Miami game was very controversial at the end. Miami ended up winning. I think Cam.
What do you think it was? What do you think it was?
It was incomplete pass.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the right call happened, but the way that it happened on the field where they called it a catch, I would understand them standing with the call. I would understand it.
Yeah, but I'm not understanding it's right or wrong, right? Like I think people don't understand the difference between when you catch a touchdown, compared when you catch in, outside of the touchdown area. When you catch the touchdown, you have to complete the whole process of the catch, right? When you catch like anything from 0 to 0 to the other sideline, right? You get your feet down, right? You have an active move or whatever the case may be. And then when you get down, hey, if you hit the ground, cool, and the ball comes out, whatever, it's still a catch because of where your feet dragged in. But that's not the same thing with a touchdown. Texas struggled a little bit. First SEC. Manning is Manning, right? Like, I'm not going to take discredit from him. He had a very efficient game. He was 26 for 31. I think he threw for 300 yards, 2 tuds, right? I don't think he's better than Ewers, right? But he got the job done. He was efficient. I will say this: when Ewers get out the way next year, it's a fucking wrap. It's a wrap, right? Like when he's legit getting all the 1 reps, it's his show. They run the offense how everything he wants to. He can really indoctrinate and get everything. It's a wrap. He has all the tools to be great. Like he's going to do that. Kentucky upset at Ole Miss, which is shocking to me because I thought Ole Miss was going to turn the page this year. But for most people that watch Kentucky, it's not really shocking because they like buckle up to everybody besides Alabama as far as SEC play. Like they play everybody super tough. And Stoops is a great coach down there, and he knows how to scheme. If you see when Florida was ranked, did the same thing with Florida where, Ole Miss, sorry, it don't matter. LSU, he's going to play them hard. Only team he doesn't play hard, he can't get that number, is Alabama. That's it. And that's only because of Nick Saban. We have yet to see against, a DeBoer. Penn State, Illinois game. Yeah, Illinois did not win, but it was an easy spread to take. Like I thought that was cake for 21 points. I was like, come on, man.
I didn't touch it.
I did. I thought that was a bait. Arizona Utah's game was very interesting because Arizona, when you saw them before, they struggled. I forgot who they played the week before. They played somebody the week before. Yeah, they played Kansas State and lost 31-7 to Kansas State. And I was like, damn, man, I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were going to put some points up. And then they come out this week against Utah, and they're like, we're back in our stride, right? So they upset Utah. The people who bet on Michigan game was completely pissed off because Michigan was a 10.5 point favorite. They had a lead. It was all good going to the 4th quarter, and they gave up 21 points to Minnesota, won by a field goal. Wisconsin, same thing. They had a 21-10 lead over USC in the first half. USC was like 13 points or something like that favorite, and USC pitched a shutout second half, scored 28 points, won by 17. The Louisville Notre Dame game looks closer than what it really was. I thought Notre Dame definitely showed like some poise there and handled business. Kansas State beat the dog crap out of Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State they're just not that team, bro. They're terrible on defense. They're not consistent. Bowman really sucks. He's like Kirk Cousins college version. Like he doesn't look where he throws the ball. He just throws the shit. So he's terrible in my eyes. I probably won't bet on them anymore unless it's like a bad matchup. Other than that, if they're ranked game, they do not show up. Oklahoma played Auburn. Yeah. BYU, Baylor, cool. Indiana, it's a sneaky team. They're 5-0 right now, 2-0 in Big Ten. Kind of under the radar for most people. They're not really looking at it. But their coach came over from JMU. They score points. They're okay on defense, but for the most part, they really score points on offense with a pretty pedestrian quarterback in Roke, I think, in my opinion. But they still get it done. Nebraska had an interesting game this week, but Nebraska played Purdue, beat them after a sluggish first half. The first half was a 0-0 game, and I was like, what the hell is going on? These two high-powered offensive teams, nothing. I actually took the over on this game, and I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, it was 0-0, and I was like, oh, that's done. And in the second half, they turned it up, and they scored 38 points, and I was like, what the hell happened? Another team I want to say, UConn, which I don't give any credit. They've been putting points up. They got their quarterback, Fagano, who's their backup. When he gets in the game, it's run it up time. He can sling it. When they have the other quarterback in, it's like, they're not really that good, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I think UConn, when they are a favorite, they cover. Like, I feel like they will run it up on teams they should beat.
But that Buffalo game, that was interesting, right? Because it was 6 points. Buffalo just beat Northern Illinois before. I understand majority of the time when they play those games, it's like, hey, it should be a letdown. But even when they played, the only game they really struggled was Maryland. They lost 50-7. They played a Duke game. They covered versus Duke, right? They played them close, but Duke has been playing better as of late, right? They bust FAU's ass. So, it's kind of interesting seeing how some of these teams are kind of like finding their stride a little bit. I'll tell you who's not finding their stride. South Florida. Ever since they play Alabama, they've been looking like dog water. Tulane quarterback, Mensa, he was on one. He's like a baby
freshman, right?
Yeah, he's like a baby Jaden McDaniels in my eyes. Not McDaniels, Jaden Daniels in my eyes. So, other than that, I'm not gonna take too much more time. I know I took enough. FSU still sucks, which is they really suck. They're 1-4. They damn Florida State SMU crucified them 42-16. It was crazy. That was a bad game there.
A guy I work with doesn't think FSU is going to win another game this year.
No, that's not a lie. That's a lie. They're not going to win it. They'll get DJ out of there. DJ's not the guy though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They play Clemson this week. Whew. I think that's a trap game. They better play Clemson touch.
Are you guys going to bet this week?
Yeah.
I feel like college football is going to be boring as F this week.
Why do you say that?
Why?
Name a good game that's happening this week.
A good game?
I don't mean. Missouri plays Texas A&M. That's a ranked game. Iowa, Ohio State should be an interesting game.
Save it till next week. Week 7's better.
What are you talking about? Save what?
Save the betting for the following week.
What? No.
Oh, yeah, well, you guys are degenerates. You guys,
there's money to be made this week.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Like you said, save it to next week. What am I saving to next week?
There's some good lines out there that I like.
Yeah, I don't want to play. I don't want to bet on top matchups. I want to bet on the lines was messed up at. There's a lot of lines that's a little janky out here. But that's besides the point. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you. I took 20 minutes.
17, you're good.
Yeah. You get 3 more. You sure?
Okay, cool. Let's go on. Let's talk about baseball. I'm gonna just take Brian's segment. Let's talk about baseball.
Whoa. What the fuck? Hey, we're in the playoff baseball. We already got teams eliminated. Okay. The freaking Baltimore Orioles. Let's talk about them first.
Let's talk about them.
Man, they got the matchup of their dreams. They get to face.
Where's Mitch?
They get to face the Kansas City Royals, who has been dog shit the last month. Can't score runs. And did they get shut out both days? I believe.
Yes.
Right?
No, they had 1 run today, I believe.
The Orioles got 1 run today. Okay.
No. Yeah, the Orioles got 1 run. Yep.
So they effectively lost 1-0 game 1 and lost 2-1 in game 2 and got swept out of the playoffs by the Royals. Just sad because the Orioles for a long time this year in baseball were one of the best teams. They have a fairly high-powered offense. I wouldn't say that's the best offense.
They suck. They didn't show up nowhere. Them boys is trash.
They got to be able to put up more than 1 or 2 runs a game. They got to be able to put 4 or 5 a game.
All their stars is no stars.
No, that's the thing. I don't think they have a star. Not really. They have a lot of good young players that are promising, but none of them have become the guy.
But look at the young guys' behavior. When you watch them, when they pan it to their bullpen, when they pan it to them in the dugout, and they look, guys are just chewing gum like it's a regular season game. Like, yeah, bro, what we doing after this? Going the fuck home. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing after this. How many games will the Yankees take to sweep the Royals?
If it's a sweep, then it's gonna be 4, right? It's a 7-game series.
Yeah, it's a 5-game.
Oh, is it 5 in the divisional?
Yeah, it's gonna be 5, 7, 7, 7. So they'll take 3.
Okay,
but I don't think.
Yeah, that should be a sweep. The Yankees are gonna get the easiest layup of their life.
They're not gonna sweep them.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
They will.
Wow,
the Royals can't score.
Great analysis.
The Royals cannot score runs, and they couldn't even score against Baltimore.
Okay,
they're not going to score against the Yankees.
Where do you want to bet? What do you want to bet that they don't sweep them?
I don't think the Royals are going to score more than 2 runs a game. So if the Yankees all of a sudden go cold and can't score runs, then yes, okay, the Royals could win a game.
They will have games that score more than 2 runs. The Yankees pitching is not that.
Oh,
I'm a Yankees guy, but that's what I'm asking. I'm asking for the bet. He doesn't want to put it up.
Right, let's go. Put it up.
What do you want to say? Put it up. What we got?
Your stipulation, Brian, your stipulation is the Royals will not win a game
or score more than 2 runs.
Or score more than 2 runs.
Yeah. What
That's
about
your bet? That's your bet.
That's how I feel about this. The Royals have been ass.
You know who else has been ass? The Mets. They're putting runs up.
They haven't really been ass, but
it's destiny.
They were 10 games back out of the wild card at one point in the season, halfway through the season after the All-Star break. They have actually been really good in the second half of the season.
Yeah, so has the Detroit Tigers. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But who gave them a shot versus the Astros? People are like, oh no.
That's true. The Astros sucked and got swept as well. It was weird. Verlander, they didn't even have on their roster for this series. Yeah, it was weird. Astros couldn't score any runs. They've been bad the last like 3-4 weeks of the season. They had a chance at the 1 seed and just completely fell apart.
I think that's the only way they could be good.
Yeah.
Like most of these teams, they're so veteran heavy that those guys, if they're not getting a first round bye, right? They're like, we can't win. It's over with. We too old for this shit. It's over with.
I don't know, man. In the past, it's the Astros were they just always got up for the playoffs. And I feel like they were missing something this year.
Yeah, youth.
It's not the same.
We've been doing this for a while, bro. So right now we have the Mets up 3-2. If they win this game, they go to the divisional. And then San Diego right now is up 5-1 against Atlanta.
Spanking. Yeah, we're gonna have 4 sweeps. That's what I think.
I don't know, bro. Milwaukee's fighting right now.
They're fighting, but I don't know. Unless
bottom of the 6th,
the Mets could completely fall apart. They are the type of team that can do that.
They don't. Their Mets pitching is not that. They just got good bats that's going. Their pitching is not that.
Yeah, but the Padres right now, I think, are the favorite to win the whole thing. In my opinion, I think they're going to win the World Series.
I think so as well.
Yeah,
and I am a Padres fan, so I'm excited about that. If they go to the World Series, I might go to the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, in the AL, I really now.
He's trying to steal. He's an idiot.
Man, it's either going to be the Tigers or the Yankees. The Tigers are just hot right now. They're not really that good of a team, but they're hot. And that's all that matters.
All the Tigers need to do is get some bats going, and they just need somebody else from the pitching staff to step up, because you know what Scuba going to do.
Yeah, Scuba's going to do his thing.
Scuba,
he's good for 7 innings in the one game, and he's going to take care of business.
Yeah, you got it. He'll go game 1, and then just get up to game 4. He'll get you game 4. Get him game 1. He'll get you game 4.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, in the NL, I think the Dodgers just they haven't really come together as a team. They got so far ahead so early that they just kind of cruise the rest of the way. I don't think that they're really firing on all cylinders right now, which is why I give the edge to the Padres to make it out of the West. And the same thing with the Phillies. The Phillies, I mean, for a while there, they were battling injuries. I don't even know if they have their full squad back yet. I mean, Harper's back, which is key. But I know, like, Ruamonto was hurt for a while. Bain's been in and out of the lineup. So I just feel like the Padres are the hot team right now. So it's the Padres for me, and maybe the Tigers or the Yankees, because the Yankees, they are the best team in the AL. But if you look at their lineup and pitching on paper, it's just up to them if they're going to perform.
If the Padres win and then the Mets win, it'd be all underdog teams. Well, all lower seed teams won except for the Padres.
Yeah.
And is that normal for baseball?
I think it is somewhat normal, because I was saying this earlier before the show that, like, the Mets beating the Brewers is not a big thing to me, because the Brewers are only the 3 seed because they won their division, and their division was ass. So whoever faces the 3 seed, I don't think that's really an upset necessarily.
Hey Ryan, you got to focus your camera. I don't know.
What do you-
It's like super.
what do you
it's
want me to
super
do?
blur. I don't know.
What do you want me to
Move
do?
it. Do something.
Lick it.
Move it.
Let
Move
me
it.
lick
Something.
it.
That's cool. That's good right there. It's a little bit better. It's just I don't know. It just went blurry out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like autofocus is off or something.
Yeah. Anyway.
Uh,
It's messing with my eyes. You know I got bad eyes, bro. That shit fucking with me.
K makes the cataracts taking over.
yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
why I'm saying that. It's weird.
I can't see it, bro. It's just freaking me out.
Yeah. Yeah, Mitch, KC. Yep. They won. I just don't think that they have the bats, man. They're so cold right now. I think that they just got lucky with the Orioles sucking even worse than them.
Yeah.
So,
But Bobby Witt is playing like a superstar.
but that's it. Bobby
He's
Witt
carrying.
that's it. That's all they
He's
got.
carrying the team. But the thing is this: you just need them to. They just need to go on a little run. That's all, bro. They gotta go on a little run, bro.
I know, but I mean, even guys that you could count on in the past, like Salvador Perez, just isn't. He's not the same as he has been in years past. So, just
They
yes, the Yankees could shit the bed. I agree.
no, but Yankees not shitting the bed. That's not happening.
They
They're not gonna
could
shit.
though.
They're not gonna shit the bed. You know why they're not gonna shit the
They're
bed?
the type of team that will.
Juan Soto, he's not shitting the bed. And if he doesn't shit the bed, if he's played in postseason before, he shows up. I can't tell you about Aaron Judge. I can't tell you about Gronk Stanton. I can't tell you about all the other guys. I know if Soto steps up, then other guys are going to say, okay, we get some confidence. Before they didn't have anybody who had a confidence. Aaron Judge is not let's go. He's not that guy. He's like I just control what I can control, and we just sit back. You know what I mean? I will say that you guys do have some arms, right? Lugo pitched the gym today. Yesterday, I believe it was what's his name?
Reagan's. Was it Reagan's?
No, I don't think it's Reagan's. I think it's who was it yesterday? Fuck. I went blank. I forgot who it was yesterday.
I mean, I think it was
Doesn't
Reagan's.
matter.
That's their ace.
Go ahead. Don't listen to me. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look who it was.
Kansas City. It was Reagan's.
Reagan's. I couldn't
He
see
pitched
it.
6 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 8 Ks.
They got somebody else though too. Yeah, it was Reagan's yesterday. Reagan's. They had a committee coming in yesterday, but whatever. Reagan's and Seth Lugo was today.
Lugo. Those are their top 2. But
yeah, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
We will see.
Anyway.
All right. What else
That's
we
baseball.
got? We got anything else?
Yeah, WNBA is picking
Oh
up.
boy.
Hey, what are you talking about? It's the Final Four.
There's a Final Four, and
heat up.
The New York Liberty is being on the Aces' ass.
Aces are facing elimination.
Right? And yeah, they're
it's 5-game series, right?
Yeah, Liberty up 2-0. And I don't know. The Aces don't look like they're here. There's been a lot. They haven't
looked
games.
that good all year though. Like
they did in the beginning, and then they kind of tailed off a little bit. They came back from Olympic break, and it was like, this ain't them. This ain't the same team. And I feel like if anything, the Liberty came back from Olympic break, and they've been on a tear. Yeah. So the same thing in Connecticut. The Connecticut Suns, a team that's kind of been like, it's kind of lethargic to watch it sometimes. And you see the Minnesota Lynx, like, okay, cool. They be balling. Patricia Collier, she's been hooping, and they, for the most part, they've been keeping her on ice. Right, the stuff she was doing. Patricia.
How you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Napricia? Okay.
That's what I thought it was. You know.
Oh.
Napisha.
How many games do they play?
Napisha Collier.
It's a 41 games season. It's half of an NBA season.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they don't have a lot of teams. They only have 13 teams, 14 teams, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But they just added,
more than half the league makes the playoffs.
Napisha. So. It's Napisha, sorry. But they're adding 3 teams though. Seattle's getting a team back again. Not Seattle. Is it Vancouver? I don't know. Portland's getting a team. Golden State's getting a team, and then somebody else is getting a team. Golden State's team is coming next year, so their women's team will be there. So I'm curious to see how they do that expansion piece. If they take players from other teams, whatever. So Golden
Caitlin
State
Clark.
is getting a team, and then Portland's getting a team the year after in 26. And I think it's another team. I forgot who it's going to be, but they're getting a number. So it's 3 more teams coming. But it was good for them. They got their new deal signed. I think it's like 7.1 billion or something like that. Something like that for the
The
next.
Golden State Valkyries.
Mhm.
I think
Interesting name
that
choice.
I think with all these names coming in the league, obviously this draft class was great for the WNBA, but you got some killers coming out of college in a year or two, like Paige Bueckers when she hits the league. She's gonna be another big name. It don't matter, Kane. She's just so popular.
No, she's not really though.
Yes, she is.
No,
She's one of the names.
No.
Okay.
Her buzz, what it was, Caitlin Clark took that.
Sure.
Before it was her, and it was
Yes.
like what
I
Caitlin
agree.
Clark was getting, it was her. But Caitlin Clark said, "Oh, let me take that and let me amp up a little bit more." So then now it
But
takes
part
away
of that
from
was also Bueckers got hurt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
like
saying.
twice.
But when people watch her, she's not the same. When she was a freshman and sophomore, she was popping off the screen like, "Yo, she is light years beyond people." But then you saw Caitlin start. All these other players are like, "Oh, they hooping too," and it's kind of took the light off her a little bit. But to your point, like she'll come in there, but I really think the next person that's gonna come out is Juju. Like when Juju Watkins comes in, because she hoops. She got to think about she's like 6'2", and she hoops at the point guard. Like she gets busy.
She's gonna be like Jackie Young, being tall for a point guard.
I think she strikes me as like a Magic Johnson, like a female Magic. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like tall like that, like 6'2" at the point guard position. It's a little out the norm, And for her to be passing like that, but she gets buckets stuff, so it's different. It wasn't 7.1 billion, it's 2.2 billion, so 200 million per season, which is really good. So for them. But to your point, though, I definitely I was just giving you shit about Buchers, but I think they definitely have people coming in. You got Flo Aj coming in. You got some players from South Carolina that's coming in. And you got
always have players from South Carolina.
Yeah, and you got some young talent. You got some young talent that is coming up through the ranks from high school, right? So you'll start seeing that. But it'd be good for the women as well, right? Because you think about all the NIL deals is coming, so you'll start seeing women get paid a lot more money. Hopefully, with this WNBA deal, getting 200 million per season, distributing to the players, you see less players going overseas because that takes away from family time and things like that. So hopefully, it'll be a little bit longer season for WNBA, but it'll be good. It'll be worth it.
Well, I mean, the biggest argument that was always there against paying the women more money was because they weren't putting butts in seats, but they're doing that this year, thanks to these big names that came in from college, and
one big name.
I mean,
she got supporting cast. Don't get me wrong.
Angel Reese is a big name.
Yeah, Angel Reese. Okay. She got other players, right?
Look, Brian just didn't want. He would have said because of Caitlin Clark. But he didn't want
mostly
you to jump down his throat.
No, it is mostly because of
I wouldn't have jumped out his throat. It's because of her. She had 3 games where they had 3 games that she attended. They had the highest. They had over 20,000 people in the stands. Yes. They wasn't coming to see the other team. They was coming to see Caitlin Clark. So everybody wants to sit there and say, "Oh, but pay homage to us." Hey, we're coming to see Caitlin. Yeah. It's like the LeBron James effect. It's the Caitlin Clark effect. Like I'm coming to watch Caitlin. You know what I mean? I think the average attendance was like 12,000 people or 10 to 12,000 people, which is insane for WNBA because they couldn't give the tickets away for free for people to attend. You know what I mean? So
they were giving away. They were doing so. You know how they at one point in the season, I think they do like these daytime games. They established that originally because as games that they would give tickets to young girls from local schools to come to the games.
That's a field trip,
right? So they were giving away tickets, just like Kenny said, and like, they
were a liability to the NBA. Like people were like, "Oh, the NBA players should give money." Blah blah blah. NBA players was like, "The reason why the WNBA exists is because of us." What are you talking about? Like they were putting assets column liabilities. Let's put this negative for WNBA so we can take against our revenue. Like that's what was happening, right? So it's good now that they got some cheese coming in because the endorsements is definitely kicking in.
Right.
Because that's a whole different market that you get now with the young girls and all these different people overseas that now you got so many overseas women players coming to the U.S. That wasn't the case before. You had like 4 girls from France get drafted this year. So anyway, hockey starts in 2 weeks, right?
Next week, October 8th, maybe, or 7th.
8th. It is the 8th. Yep.
8th, yeah.
So
one interesting point about hockey, I totally like glossed over. Utah got a team.
they did. They got an expansion team this year, right?
So, and they're called the Utah Hockey Club because I guess they didn't vote on a name yet.
Yep.
So
How did that work though? They're 4-1 right now with preseason, but who knows? Maybe they get the Las Vegas effect, the Knights effect, where they make it to the Stanley Cup the first year.
Yeah, I'll have to look into what the rules were for this lottery that because basically the teams can protect a certain amount of players and then
everybody
they
else is
get to
free
choose
range?
from the rest. Yes. And they get to choose one player from each team for the
Let me
rest
take that
to make
guy.
up their roster. So
Fucked up. That's so messed up.
Let me take that guy.
Can you imagine they did that in the NFL?
well, that's how they do it. That is how they do it in the NFL, isn't it?
I don't know. It's been so long.
I think the NFL was way more like strict about like they made it so you could keep way more players than like how hockey did it. Like that's why the Vegas Knights came out firing right away, is because the NHL made it so easy for them to get talent because they didn't let the teams restrict a whole lot of players. So that's why I said I don't know if they kept the same rules in effect or if they modified them after seeing what Vegas did. I mean, look at the Kraken. The Kraken, they took a couple years to get going, so maybe they did modify them. And I haven't looked at the details though of how many skaters could be kept and how many goalies could be kept and all that.
Only person I know that on that team, they got Sergachev from the Lightning. He was at
Mitch said the Vegas drafted the 3rd best player from every team. Well, I remember the rules were very loose when the Vegas came in. I think they did that intentionally because they wanted Vegas to have a sports team that was successful right away.
Yeah, for sure, because they're trying to get that money.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of money in Vegas, so.
Oh, for sure. But no, they I don't know all these guys. They got some names that I look familiar, but I don't know. Some guys that look like they contribute too. So who knows? But they're 4-1 right now. We'll see if they continue. We'll see if it's just a fluke. It's just preseason, so nobody cares.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the same.
I know. Mitch, I know they changed it for the Kraken. So the Kraken didn't get as good of a deal, of course.
So I wonder if the Utah Hockey
two.
Club got a little bit better because the Kraken's deal was bad.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the details, so I don't want to give
Utah
any false
signs
information.
Guthner to 8-year, $57.1 million extension. Play with the Coyotes. I don't know Dylan Guthner.
I'm not familiar with the name. I don't know as many names in hockey as I should.
I don't know. I need to get better at that. I know a lot of baseball names now. I need to continue to watch.
The hockey names are hard because like half of them you don't know how to pronounce the damn
Yeah,
things.
half of
They're
them
all
are from
friggin' Russians Russians and Polish and
guy's name is Nikita Koshkrivyev. I'm like, damn. Was a team that moved. It was Utah was the Coyotes move to Utah?
Was it? The Coyotes moved?
Ah.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that.
Well, then
Mitch,
that
you
would
need to
make
join
sense.
in. Come on, join on, Mitch. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me see. It
Sorry,
is
I was reading about the NFL expansion draft, and so they do it similar to hockey, but in 2002 when the Texans
it is Coyotes.
In 2002 when the Texans did it, each team selected players to go into a pool.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like
so they got to select rather than like a minimum of players you could protect. They selected players to go into a pool. And it said like there were 25 Pro Bowlers, and the NFL gave them the first overall pick in the draft that coming year. Who the Houston Texans took? David Carr.
Yeah.
They're like, please don't take me. Please don't put him in.
But the Texans were terrible. They never could protect Carr. I mean, he wasn't a great quarterback, but he wasn't as bad as like as to how they performed. He
David
didn't
Carr,
get a
right?
fair shake. Yeah, David Carr.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
don't know.
Derek Carr's brother. I don't know.
Yeah.
They selected 19 players from this draft with like the salary cap. None of these players are any good. Aaron Glenn, the cornerback,
good.
he
He
was
was good.
selected to Pro Bowl, and Gary Walker. Those are the only 2 players that made the Pro Bowl. Everyone
Gary
else
Walker.
was
Gary Walker a lineman?
defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Everyone else was trash. Sean McDermott.
Well, they had a smart guy on the team then.
Yeah,
Oh, he was playing back then?
Yeah.
tight end.
He was a tight end?
Wait, Sean McDermott.
That's what this says. Well,
Not-
it's a long
not-
snapper. Long snapper.
Oh, okay.
Is,
Oh,
is
I'm about
this
to
the
say.
same guy?
I don't know.
It's not the same Sean McDermott.
I need the Mets to get cooking though, bro. I got the over on the runs. What's up going on with them?
Yeah, I
I
picked
need
the
to-
wrong team to have the over on last night.
Yeah, it was
I
Under
picked
City.
the Padres and Braves to have the over, and instead I should have went with the Mets and
Yeah.
Milwaukee to have the over.
I've just been Padres straight.
That was an easy bet tonight. I can't believe they were only minus 125 tonight.
I don't know what, especially with Musgraves on the mound.
I know, right?
He's been
smacked
pitching
that.
lights out too. So,
All right,
what we got for NFL?
dude. Can we talk about Devontae Adams real quick?
Yep.
Good.
He's
Needs to be
he's
traded.
fake. He's fake injured right now. he's
He's
that
making a business decision, Ryan.
he's that Kadarius Toney injury from like 2 years ago.
But he told us this on Raw Receivers. I gotta get the fuck out of here for y'all kill me. He already been told us that. He been told us that. What you trying to do?
it's that's pretty insane. But yeah, he's looking for a trade. He sat out last week with a hamstring injury. Will the Jets be with? Oh, so that's the big question. I think the Jets are the likeliest place for Devontae Adams to go. KC
Why?
doesn't have. Well,
They're not
because
gonna pay no money.
they have. The problem is the Jets have the money to be
Okay.
able to take his contract, and Adams would be going to a team, and he's in the last year of his deal, or he has no guaranteed money after this, so he's be looking for an extension.
But they're
And
not going to do
they're-
it.
Yeah, but the Jets are the only team that would literally they're in it to win it this year. Like they're not going to pay him. He's going to play. He won't sit out.
Oh, we're well aware that the Jets are not going to offer an extension to a player they acquire via trade.
We
They
know
should
that.
trade him, trade Hassan to the Raiders.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Him out the side of Crosby.
Oh,
Oh
Right?
my god, that would be nasty.
you know what would be the best if they traded him, and Hassan was like, "Oh, I'll play without a contract." It just plays for them. That'd be like a big fu to the Jets, but
Yeah.
they would
I've
like
done
that
that
to trade
somewhere.
and then make a contract.
But if
They-
he
they'd
goes to
have give him a
Vegas,
contract.
oh, if he's going to Vegas, I'm out there. I'm out there. love some
Devontae is
Vegas.
also linked to the Saints because he does like playing with Derek Carr for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, they went to
That's
college
because
together.
that's his college. That's his college teammate. That's all.
That's the only reason he went to.
That's
I know.
that's, his
That's why
really
he's
that's really
pissed.
his best friend though.
I know. I get it, but like I don't know.
He put Devontae is the one that puts his eyeliner on for Derek Carr.
Bro, he has some fucking black damn eyebrows, bro.
No, it's crazy. But did you see the drama that's unfolding? Apparently, someone posted that this was probably likely Devontae Adams' last game with the Raiders, and Antonio Pierce liked it on Instagram. Like usually, you see that from like a coach,
But
like,
he
you
said that,
never.
though.
s-
So
Huh?
guys out here making business decisions and stuff.
I know
Yeah.
he's usually a head coach sets the example. He's out here like
Yeah. Well,
He's
like
Petty
it-
Pam.
yeah.
Antonio Pierce is going to
It's-
find himself out of a job at the end of the year.
No,
I
I
don't
doubt
know.
it.
The Raiders are
He's a
not
player's
dumb enough.
coach.
The Raiders love that kind of shit.
He's a
Is he a
coach.
player's coach if he's doing that shit?
Yeah, he's a player coach that
I
say,
mean-
"Hey, bro, I played in the league too. You need to go fucking." He played in the older league though, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, "You need to go out there and fucking hustle, bro, and play."
He's
Right,
from
like-
Coughlin, baby.
You damn right.
Listen, here's the thing. If Devontae, did you watch Wide Receiver last year on Netflix?
Yeah, I
Right?
watched majority of it.
You should
No.
watch it. All he did was he complained the whole time. So, I mean,
He said, I
he
feel like
was
we can get better, but we need a quarterback. I feel like we get on the same page. Like he said, I'm not used to losing. Guys not used to putting their time in, and I like to get better.
he
That's
had
all he's
every
saying.
right to complain though, because there were some wide open balls where he's standing in the end zone and they're throwing it to him where he's like getting blown up. He's like, I'm about to die out here.
That joint, his mom with his wife with her mom called. He said, "Oh my God, Devontae got to get out of there. They're gonna kill him."
Yeah. Yeah. But I will say the Jets is the best landing spot for him because
Yeah.
I mean, I said this to you guys multiple times. I'm not a big fan of I think Garrett is fine, but I don't
He's
think he's a
terrible.
number one.
Yeah, but
He's not a number one.
I don't think that Devontae really moves the needle for the Jets.
Yes, he
because
does.
Their
Yes, he does.
problem is they can't protect anything.
No. It's
Yeah,
different though.
but
You see-
Rogers is throwing the ball into the dirt because the receivers are running the wrong routes or not turning the right way.
Look at Lazard. Look at the connection he has with Lazard.
Yep.
That
Okay.
imagine that connection he has with Lazard. Now he has Devontae Adams. It's a fucking wrap. Because Garrett Wilson, the thing about Garrett Wilson is he has the potential to be great. The issue with Garrett Wilson is he's not locked in enough. Like he's not locked in at the level that Aaron Rodgers needed him to be. He's like, bro, come on. Like you can see it a lot of times. He's like, boom, he runs a route and Garrett Wilson like slips out the route or he like drops the ball when he could catch it. And he's like, come on, bro. And that same issue would not be the case with Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams makes those. He makes those things happen. That's the difference.
Mitch, this one's for you. So I think that nice.
Is that a 9?
A 9.
Yeah.
PSA 9.
Not bad.
So Mitch, the Rashee Rice got taken out by Patrick Mahomes. They call
inside job.
They said that, yeah, he tried. Mahomes throws a pick. They go to try and make the tackle. I'm pretty sure that Rashee Rice is the one that stripped the fumble and then got the ball. They got the ball back, the Chiefs on that interception. However, Mahomes tried to get in there and tussle it up with the guys, and he throws his shoulder into Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice's knee buckles. They fear that he's torn his ACL. However, they're doing more imaging, so they should know more next week. But he's likely out the year. He's likely out the rest of the year.
That shit is torn.
Now, one player. So I think Devontae Adams would be like Mahomes would salivate for someone like Adams. However, I think that the realist person that you could probably get more realistic, a player that's looked great, but their team sucks. Amari Cooper. They converted all of his money into guaranteed money this year. So his cap hit is nothing. And they can go acquire him and put him on the Chiefs and instantly better.
Amari Cooper to the Chiefs is a slam dunk, I think.
What's his cap hit right now? His cap hit's $8 million.
What's it matter? Don't the Chiefs have a decent amount of money right now? I mean, because they push everything down to the road, so
well,
just like Philly.
No, but I'm just saying that like if you're trying to fit a team in, like Cooper can fit into their roster. Devontae Adams, I think, is like a 20-something mil hit. They'd have to be asking the Raiders to eat some cash and give them more draft capital. But they can't. Yeah. You're right. You're right, Mitch. They cannot go out there with just Worthy. I mean, you saw last week Travis Kelce's starting to get in shape, and they're gonna have to funnel the offense back through him.
Bro, they can get it done with them.
Yeah, so
they did it last year. They get it done.
Yeah, I would say you guys forget. Like they had just Rashee Rice, Kelsey, and whoever else stepped on the field. Now you just have Kelsey gets back and say, "Hey, Kelsey, you can't chill no more, bro. You can't coast into the sunset. We actually need you." Like, fuck, okay. Taylor, no more late nights. Cool. Back to it. So he catches it. You get James Worthy going, right? And then you have Juju Smith-Schuster back again, which he always plays well when he's with the Chiefs now. So you get him back going. Then all right, we'll see what happens.
Dare I say Sky Moore?
Sky Moore, yeah, I doubt it.
He's trash. No, but last year, Travis Kelce started the season so great, but then he tapered off a little bit towards the end of the year because most of the offense was funneling to Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is the number one read in that offense the last year into this, like at the end of last year, start of this year. So they're going to have to just turn it back to Travis Kelce. So the hope is that Kelce lasts the whole season. That's going to be the big hope.
This is what the Chiefs need to do. If they want Devontae Adams, they sign him and put a void year on his deal. Okay, don't add any new money. Just convert it all to bonus. Push it to next year. That's how they do it.
Hey,
all right, what bet did you win?
The Brewers just tied it up. Hit a solo shot. Oh man, they're in the bottom of the 8th. Solo shot.
Jeez.
That shit was dope. I love watching baseball live when it just happens. It's like, damn.
So what you're saying is that the Mets live right now,
You can punch it. Yeah.
you can hit it.
Yeah. Because they
you
don't get me
have a
wrong.
real problem.
The Milwaukee game, he hit that joint too. It didn't even look like it was gonna go out. He blasted that motherfucker though.
Damn.
It was
They get the Brewers minus 200 right now.
I think it's just because of momentum, because they're in the bottom 8 with 0 outs, right? But the Mets definitely are the better team right now. They're still high. Their pitching is not as good, right? But they still got the bats. And I think they're getting to the top of the lineup coming back in this ninth. But anyway, I digress. Sorry, Ryan.
No, you're
I
good.
was a little deep by that.
I'll just go through the games real quick. Last Thursday was a fucking snooze fest. The Cowboys beat the Giants 20-15.
I totally forgot about that game.
Yeah, it was a snooze fest. Malik Neighbors got a concussion right at the end of the game, the last play. He's still technically in concussion protocol, but we'll see if he gets out. He's I think leading the league in receptions right now.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he is not. Garrett
He's
Wilson.
not. No. Oh, he's way better than that. he is not Marvin Harrison Jr. because he's better.
He's better. Yeah.
With the worst quarterback.
Atlanta beats New Orleans 26-24. That was nothing really interesting that game. Alvin Kamara's been playing a lot better this year. Like he's aging in reverse. Uh-oh, Kenny, what's going on?
No.
Okay.
Saying, hey, Brian, those odds is changing. They just got one on first with 0 out still.
Did you already get it?
Oh, I already hit it.
Yeah.
You hit the Mets already?
Yeah.
Let me look at it. Continue. Continue.
Nothing really to write home about in that game. Taysom Hill left the game with a rib injury after scoring 2 touchdowns on the ground, so he vultured 2 from freaking Alvin Kamara. The Bears beat the Rams 24-18. I don't understand because, I
don't know why. It was terrible.
Stafford threw more passing yards. Kyron Williams had more rushing yards, and Tutu Atwell led in receptions in this game. Yet the Bears still win.
I know. I didn't understand.
They're winning in spite of Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams is not playing well, but his coaches are not doing him any favors.
Oh, I'm about to say it's not the Caleb Williams problem. It's definitely the Zeberflu. Harry says Zeberflu. Harry where he says Eberflus.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He needs to be fired.
Well,
The
Rams lost because they had 2 turnovers and the Bears had none.
Yeah,
that's the difference in the game.
Him, and the offensive coordinator both need to be fired because the way that they utilize their players is terrible. Like you have a lot of weapons and you don't give them the ball. And yes, your D-line, your O-line is terrible. So do quick plays, get it out, do screens, get the ball out quick, do 3 steps, roll the pocket, play action.
Watch DJ Moore. This next game, watch his body language. he scored a touchdown and just like was not happy about it. Just threw the ball to like he is not happy.
Because he's
But
been
then-
through this
offensive
already
team
in his
right now.
career.
Yeah.
But you know that's him though.
I know.
Like
And
as a
look what he had
person,
to play
like
with.
as a person, DJ is always chilling. He's never like amped up. He's always like, all right, whatever, bro.
He
He's
looks
like, hey
disgruntled.
DJ, huh?
He looks disgruntled.
But I'm saying that that's his personality, like 24/7. That's him. If something good happens, he's not something bad happens, he's not he's just hey bro, the building's on fire. Okay.
I'm sure he'd be
Yeah.
excited if he was getting more targets. I've seen it. I've seen him get excited after a play with Justin Fields.
Okay, bro.
All right. Okay, bro. Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Sorry.
let's talk about a great game. Sam Darnold's a beast. Minnesota Vikings are what are they? What are they? They're not undefeated right now. They lost the game, right?
No, they're undefeated.
They're still
And
undefeated.
Sam Darnold's leading the league in passing.
They beat the
No.
Packers 31-29. The
Passing
score's a lot
touchdowns.
closer. Jordan Love came back. He came back a little rusty, threw 2 picks early in the game, but then he came back and threw 4 touchdowns. He was throwing the ball a ton. Christian Watson does what Christian Watson does and gets injured, so he's out with a high ankle sprain.
He's terrible.
Jordan Love, he looked great, but he did look rusty a little bit in that game. Minnesota let them come back and really took the foot off the gas and almost lost this game. So I'm glad that they were able to pull it out because I think the Vikings are a great team. Love everything about their team.
I think they are well coached on defense, and that helps their offense look better.
I think so. I'll agree to that. Sam Darnold has 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The only person who's close is Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow with 8-2 with Baker Mayfield, 7-1 with Joe Burrow. Everybody else has multiple picks besides, some guys at the bottom, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, but they got small touchdowns to interceptions.
Baker's a beast. Another fucking sick game that was just annoying to watch. The Steelers versus the Colts. The Colts sneaked this one out. They win 27-24. They were
Joe
ahead the
Flacco.
whole game. Yeah, Joe Flacco wins the game for the Colts. It's not a shock that like Michael Pittman Jr. and Josh Downs both have good games because Joe Flacco's in there throwing the ball. Anthony Richardson left with an injury. What was it? A hip pointer? Hip pointer injury. He left with it. And then he comes back in the game and they call a QB run play right after. And he gets hurt again. So he goes out. But they say he's day to day and he has a chance at playing this week. If the Colts want to win the game, sit him.
If the Colts want to win a game, trade him and just go with Joe Flacco, bro. The team looked totally different when Joe Flacco was playing. It looked way better. Like before that, it was like lethargic. It was like, oh, okay, he can't complete the pass. It was like life came in when Joe Flacco came in. Like, oh my God, they gotta throw the ball to us. Oh my God, let's run good routes now. Oh, get open, touchdown. Like,
Fields.
What about Jonathan Taylor?
Well, he got hurt in this game too. Another ankle injury.
Yeah, but they said it's not as severe. But I'm like, I don't believe that.
I never.
That's what y'all said last time.
They said that last time, and he was out.
He was out 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Oh, is that why everybody made a rush on Sermon in fantasy?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. He'll be back.
He will be back, but ankle injuries and Jonathan Taylor do not mix. Don't tell me
with the Colts. They lie.
Yeah.
He'll be good. No. Like, look, Steichen said he's feeling good. What does that mean?
Yeah.
So if he's feeling good, why is he on the questionable?
Just shoot him up. He'll be all right.
I got no love for Jordan Love. You right.
It's a Colt.
Instagram.
Why would we love a guy who has done nothing?
He's had one good year.
Oh, now they got film on him. 2 picks.
All right, another shit game. Denver and the Jets. This was a freaking snooze fest. Breece Hall is murdering your fantasy team this game. He was trashed. Granted, the game was in the rain, but Rodgers looked terrible. This game was 10-9. Denver. All right, Kenny, what's the update? I gotta look at your face every day.
The Mets hit a 2-shot home run.
There you go, Brian.
No, the Brewers did.
The Brewers,
Oh.
sorry, my bad. The Brewers, not the
Oh,
Mets. I'm
damn.
sorry.
Oh,
They hit a
damn.
2-shot home run.
You got me all
That's
excited.
good.
I switch over the game. It's 5-3 Brewers.
Oh my gosh,
Dude, they had 2 outs. What are they doing?
bro!
There was
Nah,
literally
they-
2 outs with
Vegas
nobody on.
called. Vegas called.
They
Yeah.
said, "Brrr." "Hey, we got too much money on the Mets." Hey, bro, hey,
Yeah.
throw a fastball high up. Oh
See
my
that's
gosh.
isn't that scary though? That's one where they could actually because you can do that. You can get away with that. You could throw like an easy pitch.
Nah, what he threw was threw a 94, another 94 cutter. The first one he threw was a 94 cutter, bomb out. The next one, 94 cutter, bomb out. Just don't throw the cutter no more, bro. Go somewhere else. Keep the slider.
All right, can we talk about the Eagles real quick? The Eagles get destroyed by Tampa Bay, 33-16. Is it time for them to fire their head coach,
They won't do it.
Nick Sirianni?
They won't do it.
They won't do it. They won't do it. But he is hot garbage.
Yep. Yes.
He's the problem. Did you win? I can't see.
Oh, you need the over. Yeah, you're gonna hit that.
They already hit.
Well, the Padres have to finish.
Yeah, I just need them to don't nut up.
Okay.
Don't nut up, potties. Go my bad. No,
Yeah,
I think they should fire
Sirianni
him.
needs to go. He
He's
needs to go.
terrible. They don't play, bro. Like, listen, let me tell you something. First of all, I lost 1,600 because of the Eagles this week. I don't know why. I bet them because I saw the line. I said, it doesn't seem right. Everybody said, Kenny, why would you bet them? They didn't have the guys in it. I said, I know, but why would Vegas give them +1? Does not make sense. I said, I've seen this before. It'd be all crazy lines. It didn't work to my advantage. I get it. It's part of it. Anyway, back to the original comment. The defense is terrible. Bro, they had 14 missed tackles. And I said, it's either a lack of understanding by the coaches of like what is actually good football, or the players don't give a fuck because
Tackling is
they
effort.
they were sliding off of them motherfuckers like they had oil.
Yeah.
I said, bro, there's not that many broken tackles in hell. It's not Derrick Henry running the ball.
It's effort. They
It's
don't have
Bucky
any effort.
Irvin, who's playing
He's a
well, by
beast.
the way.
He's a beast.
Bad
they're,
tackling.
they're splitting it.
You're not getting a push up front like you used to. Even
I
with
mean,
those big
they
boys in
they are running the ball fine. Like
Yeah,
Saquon
Saquon is like number
Saquon's
3.
playing well, but you cannot win the game with just a running. Like you need other pieces, and they need a defense. A defense is not gonna. You're not gonna win if you can't score.
there. They were missing their top 2 wideouts.
That is true. But to that point, right?
Yeah, but they gave up 33 points. They did their defense.
Yeah, it's their
like Kenny
defense.
said, is garbage.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball.
No, he's not a good quarterback.
Listen,
He's a fantasy quarterback. That's it.
Somebody else said that, and we talked about that. And they said, listen, Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback without the running getting going. If the run doesn't get going, he's terrible. He can't throw it. I said, nah, bro, I don't think that. He said, watch the film. Go watch it. I'm looking at the game. He cannot throw the ball.
He can't read where to throw the ball. Like if he has to do progressions and read,
That's another thing.
He throws picks in the end zone because he can't get through his progressions.
He goes to his first
nowhere
read.
to go.
That's it.
Yeah. And another comment was made the same way. He said he doesn't go through progressions. How do you know if a coaching staff trusts their players? Watch what they call on third down. Guess what they call on third down with him? A run play. Because they don't think he can get it done. They said, just hand the ball off, bro. Let's go ahead and go to punt.
Yeah. It's rough. Well, you know who they can trust?
Who?
That man, Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. He saves them from going 0-4. Well, granted, they played the Carolina Panthers, but they had
And
a
almost lost.
game. And, no, they were in steady lead, but they win by 10. They won by 10, but Carolina gave you a little scare towards the end.
They should have only started 0-2, but their defense just couldn't even make one stop against Washington the week prior.
Washington's on a fucking tear.
I know,
Yeah,
but
we're
all you need is make them punt once. That's it, and you would have won the game.
Nobody punted in that game, right? There was
Nobody.
no punting.
They
Neither
didn't
team.
pump for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then they let Carolina look like a freaking all-star team this week. So I mean,
Chuba's been
shows
playing
you
well. Chuba's
That
playing
defense
well.
is trash.
but that shows you that a quarterback makes a difference. Like Aaron Donald comes in, same team. Not Aaron Donald,
Andy Dalton.
Andy
Yeah,
Dalton.
Andy Dalton comes in,
Yes.
same team, and they look way different. They put points up versus Bryce Young, which tells you Bryce Young didn't have the confidence and he wasn't seeing things properly.
He wasn't. I told you this, like, whenever Bryce Young had that terrible game, they have like the best offensive line protection for quarterback in the NFL right now.
Oh, the Carolina
Like
Panthers do?
The Carolina Panthers are the best pass blocking offensive line right now in terms of giving up pressures. That game where like PFF graded them really high on pass protection, but he had like a shit game. That's when he got benched because they were like, we can't do this anymore. This guy. And then look,
Andy Dalton comes in that game and
Deontay Johnson's showing out this week. What's his name? Got in the end zone. Our dude from Carolina.
look at
Our boy. Yeah,
man, I'll tell you, I was so happy to score that game, man. I'll tell you, bro. I was just so happy to score that game for my family and stuff, bro.
You know what I will say? When I watch him, he's just like an athlete. He doesn't look like it's not like he's running crisp routes and like getting a ton of separation. He's just doing some.
But you just gotta get the ball in his hand because he's a thick joker and he runs hard. And tackling him is a problem.
Yeah. Well, he played well this last game, so we'll see what happens with him. Jacksonville and Houston. Houston wins this game 24-20. Jacksonville looks lost still. Tank Bigsby had 90 yards in this game. ETN left for a little while, but Bigsby's been playing pretty well as like that number 2 running back. The only positive I'm going to say about Jacksonville is Brian Thomas Jr. is another one.
You're welcome.
Wait till the second half of the year. I think he might have better stats than Marvin Harrison by the end of the season.
The LSU boys,
I was gonna say I only say that because game script wise, they're gonna pass the ball a ton because Jacksonville's defense is hot garbage. Mm-hmm. So I think he's gonna have a ton of opportunities, but I also think he's a good player.
Most of the defense is hurt. But DB used to be LSU, they call that. It needs to be wide receiver U. They pump motherfuckers out. And wait till Lacey comes out this year. I'm telling you. They put guys out, dog. Guys are coming out of there, so
yeah. Stroud always does well against bad teams, so start him if you have him. Yep. Washington dismantled Arizona 42-14. Jayden Daniels looks damn near perfect. The only thing that could potentially take him out is the turf at Northwest Field, but hopefully that doesn't happen like my man RG3.
He's smart, though. He's been very smart.
It'll only happen if Kenny calls it. So
I won't call it because I like him.
You know what it looks like to me? You remember that year that Lamar won MVP and he threw like 50, like he looks efficient like that because Lamar that year he connected on a bunch of deep bombs. Yeah. But my thing is like his decision making is fantastic. Brian Robinson's playing excellent at the running back position. Freaking
McLaurin looks like something.
Yeah, McLaurin was great. This team's good. McLaurin's always been great. He's just never had a quarterback to get
even
the ball.
McNichols is coming in that hasn't played in the league in 3 years or 2 years.
Eckler looked great before he left, and then they're like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Just take Eckler out and put McNichols in." And
they're the same guy.
Touchdown. Yeah,
you know
the Washington Commanders. They're number 1 in the NFC East for a reason, and I don't think it's a fluke. I think that the only thing that's going to be detrimental to this team is their defense. Their defense is not great. Now, granted, they only gave up 14 against Arizona, but Arizona looks broken on offense right now. They're playing really conservative.
But Kingsbury, right? I like that Quinn has said, "Hey, you run the offense, bro. You know how to coach. You know how to just run the offense. I got the defense." I think the defense will get their stuff together, right? They're gonna get their stuff together, see what works for them. But the way Kingsbury and Daniels are on the same page, is like he's like, "Bro, you are what I wanted in Arizona, but Kyler Murray couldn't stop playing the fucking video game. Like, this is perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I got a guy that is lightning fast, can throw the ball. His placement, Jaden Daniels' placement is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. He looks like he's back at LSU right now. You know? So
super accurate. Hey, the San Francisco 49ers do business, and they beat the Patriots 30-13. Ramondre Stevenson only knows how to fumble. He's got one fumble in each of the first 4 games. If this was a Bill Belichick ran team, I don't care if they just paid him money, they would cut his ass today, or he'd be on the bench. Yeah. He wouldn't cut him, but he'd be. I'll tell you right now, Antonio Gibson would be starting the next game.
Yep,
at least
he would be starting, and Ramondre won't even see the field. Is what Bill Belichick would do. He would keep him out for an entire game
and then work him back into the offense. Yeah,
right.
Which I don't know, man. That's crazy that's like that's a super. It's not likely to see this because they seem really undisciplined right now. The Patriots.
Yep, that's coaching.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns, they lose to the Las Vegas Raiders 20-16. Deshaun Watson, meh. Alexander Madison actually had 60 yards rushing in this game. He led the Raiders on that side of the ball. So I mean, it sounds like maybe Zamir White might be fading out as homie's fading in. Alexander Madison's fading in. Amari Cooper, every time you look at the stat sheet, you get disappointed. But he had an 80-yard touchdown that was called back for a fake holding penalty. Because if you go watch that play, there was no real holding on that play. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're in fantasy and you don't have Amari Cooper, try and trade low for him because teams are just looking at what they're not watching the games the way that you guys like Kenny and Brian are. So you can get away with it and be like, hey, Amari Cooper's been sucking lately. He only had one good game out of 4 weeks. Maybe give me him. And then you might have something there. Especially if he gets traded to the Chiefs, like I'm praying and hoping he does. Speaking of the Chiefs win this game 17-10 against the Chargers. Divisional game. They always play each other tough, but he was also Mahomes was also without his weapon in more. The other interesting thing to pull from this game is Carson Steele experience is over. He fumbled, I think, early on in this game as well, and Kareem Hunt went in, and I think he ran for 69 yards. But it was great. Wait, that's only if it's gay, right? Sorry. 69 yards. Kareem Hunt looks great. CEH comes back from his PTSD stint on what is it, IR or whatever that is. He comes back soon, so we'll see.
Wait, PTSD?
Yeah, he was on IR for PTSD. Apparently, there was something happened like 4 years ago with CEH and another guy where they were getting robbed. It was while he was in college. They were getting robbed, and they were getting in self-defense, or they were trying to. Here's what the story was: they were trying to sell electronics, and the guy tried to rob them, and in self-defense, they shot him, and or someone shot him, and he died. And ever since then, I guess he's struggled with PTSD, but that's why he's been on the IR.
Damn.
Got a little Aaron Hernandez, huh?
I'm not gonna laugh about it. It's hard not to, but yeah, that's wild. That is extreme right there.
Yeah.
I hope he's not tuning into FX's new show then.
I hear it's terrible. It looks awful.
Is.
I don't even want to watch it. And then the Sunday night game, we thought we were going to get a great game here, but Baltimore went in and took care of business, 35-10. Josh Allen was brutal during this game. He threw for 180 yards. Derrick Henry essentially took this game over. He ran for 199 yards.
Stupid Tennessee.
Beast.
He's washed. He ain't got it yet no more. First play. See ya.
He alone debunks your mileage theory, Kenny. There ain't nobody that has a mileage like him.
I said he's the outlier.
He's the outlier. He's the
outlier. He's 6'4", 250 or 6'3", 250, and bro, you could run different. You could run more miles at that. I said my theory was for guys that are 5'11", under 6 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he probably has 40,000 miles at this point.
He had half of
and-
them in that game.
And typically on Monday night, they've been doing this new thing where we get two football games on Monday night. However, this last week they only got one football game. The Seattle and Detroit played each other. The Miami Dolphins and Tennessee Titans showed up, but that was not much of a game. So
Yeah.
I'm not even going to count that as a game.
Nah.
'Cause that was
Easy to
that
bet
was
on,
one
though.
of that was one of the hardest things to watch. Tennessee won that game 31-12. And how awful do the bettors that bet the over,
You mean the
because they
under?
score, or the under? Because the over hit like right at the end because Tennessee scored that touchdown that they
Wait.
didn't need.
I
Which was
saw that.
completely unnecessary.
It was
Yeah, I thought
so
they were going to
unnecessary.
knee it out, and then they said, hey, Paula, here you go.
Pollard, you
Touchdown.
need a touchdown. Yeah, I had Pollard in the league, and I just like looked away from it because I was like, oh, they're gonna knee it out. It's over. And then I went back and looked, and I saw I had like an extra 6 points. I was like, oh, okay.
Is Tennessee fed up with Will Levis yet, or what?
No.
I don't think
should
so.
be.
They
trash.
should be. He's not very good, but neither is Mason Rudolph. So
No, but the offense looked
you
a
know
whole lot better when Rudolph came in.
well, here's my argument there. If you can win games with Mason Rudolph, why would you like if you're giving up on Will Levis, then play him, because you're going to lose games. And worst case scenario, you get a top 5 pick, and then you're back in the quarterback market trying to make your team. Or he does well and figures out how to read blitzes and understands where QB pressures are coming from, because he's got the arm talent. He just doesn't have I just don't think he knows where pressure's coming from. He gets sacked super easily. And then he figures it out. He wins a couple games, and then you guys have like a top 10, 15 pick, and then they can build around him. Either way, I think Levis is the guy that you keep in there for better or worse. And then Miami has no quarter. Like this is I know they got greedy last year because freaking Tua got through the whole season without a concussion injury. But how do you not go out and get a Joe Flacco or a who's the other Jameis Winston? Like one of those guys, or Tyler Heineke. Those guys should be on your team. You can't just be like Sky Thompson if something happens to Tua. It's not like you act all shocked when he gets his 5th concussion. That was piss poor management. Or whoever their general manager is, idiot. Roster construction. You need to pay up for a quarterback if your quarterback is, especially if you're paying all that money to Waddle, to Tyreek. Like you have so much invested in your receivers, now they're nothing because you don't have a quarterback.
I'm trying to trade for Tyreek Hill right now.
Brian said he's in the market. He said, "Come see me. Come see me in TNT."
Wait, do I have him in TNT?
No, you might have got Chase there.
Yeah, I have Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. That's stack.
It's nice.
Yeah, because I think right now they're gonna find a way. You heard McDaniel say, "Hey, this ain't it. We got to find a solution."
The problem is I don't think they have the quarterback on the roster right now that they need.
No, they got to go get it.
Yeah, they gotta go find something. Brian, I hooked you. Did you know that Snoop Huntley has never thrown for over 200 yards ever? Even when he was a Pro Bowler with even when he was a Pro Bowler with Baltimore?
That wasn't their way in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, I hooked Brian up with the Seattle Detroit over.
Yep.
Damn, you didn't hook me up with that shit.
I know.
And guess what? On my parlay, that was the only bet I fucking missed. Thank
Really?
you.
You hit the under on that?
No, I didn't hit the under. I took Seattle.
Oh.
4.5.
Yeah, I told Brian ahead that like look at the last 3 years that this team has played each other. It's been like shootouts every time. They love doing this fireworks show. Yep. And I had to convince him because he was like, but it's a prime time. It's got to go under. And I'm like, no, man, go over here. Jameis Winston looks great. Kenneth Walker got in the end zone 3 times. Fantastic. Hey, the last thing before I go, last week I gave you a Thursday night parlay, and I think we hit that, didn't we? I'm pretty
I don't
sure we
know.
did. I gave you a Thursday night single game parlay. If I didn't give it to you, I gave it to Brian last week because I'm pretty sure we hit it.
I hit a
don't
parlay
remember
with
that.
you. That's all I know.
I thought I'm almost 100% positive I said it on the podcast. Hold on, let me look because I didn't win shit last week except for that.
Oh wait, yeah, you did. You did because there's the
Yeah,
Cowboys and the Giants, and you're like, the
Yeah,
Giants are gonna get spanked.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was Dowdle over 40.
Yeah,
Daniel
which barely
Jones to
fucking
throw an
hit.
interception. Malik
Which-
Neighbors
I didn't
over
hear
6.5, and Jake Ferguson over 40 receiving yards.
Yeah.
It was a plus 900 if you plus 900 odds, and Daniel Jones threw an interception on the last play of the game, and we ended up hitting.
I didn't get that parlay. Where was that at?
I
Is
said
that
it at the end.
BK?
I said it.
Yeah.
No, well, I bet it. I said it during BK bets. Well, I have a 14. I have a 4-teamer for tomorrow's game.
All right, come on.
It's
This is the
Darnell
segment
Mooney.
of BK bets.
Darnell Mooney over 50 yards receiving. Cade Otton over 25 yards receiving. They are without McMillan and Palmer, Trey Palmer. They're third and fourth wide receiver. Now Sterling Shepard is there. He might be tempting for 25 receiving yards. He ended up getting 33 last week. But I think Cade Otton's going to get 25 yards receiving. Chris Godwin over 5.5 catches, and then I have Baker Mayfield 2+ touchdowns. That's my 4-teamer.
So I'm a little concerned about the Cade Otton thing, only for this fact: the Falcons have 2 really good safeties, and if they're manning up on the tight
Jesse
end, I'd be
Bates ain't letting
worried.
that shit happen.
I'd be a little worried, but I don't know. You tell me: is Raheem Morris doing more of a Tampa 2 look, or is he playing man? Like what kind of defense is he putting out there?
That's his way, though.
The reason I'm on it is because it's 25 yards, and the amount of the last 2 weeks he's had 8 targets and 9 targets.
See,
I just
he's
want
off on his stats.
Cade Otton,
stats.
he's
The stats.
I just want the targets. That's not.
Right.
You
He's
want
at
the
least
chances. The
6
chances of him
opportunities.
hitting it is very high if you take the chances. 8 and 9 targets, you can get that.
Especially with those 2, their number 3 and number 4 corner out. Or receiver.
Receiver. Okay. I was like, oh, the Falcons have injuries?
McMillan and Palmer. So.
All right. Well, since we just transitioned into BK bets, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little sneak peek for tomorrow on Friday. So yeah, for tomorrow, I like 2 different things. If you want to be more risky, take Troy plus 13, but I think the over for that Texas State Troy game is a good look. I'll probably buy it down a little bit, but personally, I think I'm going to go take Troy plus like 14.5. I do like the over for the Sam Houston UTEP game at the 50.5. I think you can stay there or maybe push it down to 47.5 because it's more of a football number. But those are my 2 games that I would go for Thursday. On Friday, you got 4 games. I think the Jacksonville State game, you can buy it at 13.5. You probably get minus 180 something. You can get 13.5, but I do like the over for that game as well. Kennesaw State has looked like dog shit. They're definitely not ready to be a D1 ball. But so I think there's going to be a lot of points scored there. The Houston TCU game, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. It's a 51.5 game. I don't know what I want to do there yet, so I'm kind of staying off of that. I think that Michigan State Oregon game is too much points. So I really like Michigan State there at 24. And then I like Syracuse underdog against UNLV, which is it's 7. So I would take plus 7, or you can buy down the over. I think the over might hit too because Syracuse hasn't really been too good on defense, and UNLV likes to score points themselves. So that's what I like.
Just quickly on the NFL, I got I think the bet that I'm going to go with for my third leg of my 50 to 100K is going to be, I like the Commanders to cover against the Browns, minus 3.5 at home. And I like the Seahawks to cover against the Giants at home, -6.5.
Hey, it's not
Sorry.
happening. No, it's probably happening. You
Yeah.
right.
I think for there, if let me speak into this. Once I make it, I think I'm going to take that Cowboys game plus 2.5 versus Steelers. I think that's a game I like. I like Cowboys 2.5, and I like the Panthers plus 4. I like those 2 games. I think I'll
Who do the
take that.
Panthers play?
They're
They play
at the
against the
Bears.
Bears.
Oh, I like that a lot. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Kenny.
That or the over. The over in the game
Given
looks
that
kind of sweet too.
them 4 points, the
Yeah.
Panthers are playing well right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think they're.
I think people are
Right.
underestimating the Bears' defense. Their defense has been playing pretty well.
They've been playing really good, but I think with the Andy Dalton is different. A lot of the quarterbacks they've been playing has been subpar, right?
Okay.
So it's like you play against look, CJ Stroud struggled against him. Titans was Will Levis, the Colts, Anthony Richardson until Joe Flacco came at the end, right? And Joe Flacco was still able to throw 2 touchdowns. What you saw last week with the Rams, the only reason the Rams lost is to your point, they had turnovers, right? Andy Dalton has been playing pretty well as far as not giving the ball over. So that's how my thought process is.
I just don't think that the Bears scare me enough to put up enough points to win by 4.
Nah, I don't know, man. They started to get their running game going towards the end, and I think they might try to feature.
Fluke.
I know what you're saying. As a fluke, but the thing is, a Swift that hasn't feel like he could get anything going, for him to start running like that towards the end, you start giving him a little courage. Now he start cooking. You don't want to get him going where he catching the ball and running, and then it's kind of like, oh shoot, don't let Keenan Allen. He'll finally feel better. He can move around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that. But let me not delay. So,
I also caution some people out there to be hesitant if you're betting the Jets and Vikings game. That is being played in London. That's a 9:30 a.m. game. Also, the Vikings haven't played a defense like the Jets yet. So as good as Sam Darnold's looked, he might come down a little bit this week against that defense. You like
That's
the over
low.
at 40?
40.5? That's low.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
low.
maybe.
I think the Jets been playing subpar, so you like, the Jets can't really score. But if
it's
you
a
look
trap
at all,
game. Like, I think the Jets could come out and smack them.
look at the Giants. Okay, before I let it go, I know we're going over on time, right? When you look at the when you look at the Vikings, right? 28-6, that was 34, right? 23-17, 49ers, 34-7 with the Texans, 31-29. They giving up points. You see what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
like they're giving up points.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking the other way. I'm thinking the Jets might not give up many points.
Yeah, I don't think, but even with saying the Jets doesn't give a lot of points, I think the Jets can score though. I think the Jets will score. They have the last week was their only game, the Broncos 10-9. Before that, 32 points, 24 points, 24 points. You buy it down to 37.5, that's 2 points. Boom. Here you go. They get 24-17 game.
A couple other games I like as solo bets. I like the Bills money line right now. They're playing at the Texans. The Texans just don't seem like a good enough team right now. Plus, the Bills just got smacked, so I think they're going to bounce back. And then I also like the Patriots to win at home against Miami. Miami has no quarterback. Their offense looks probably just as bad as the Patriots offense, so I give the edge to the home team.
Kenny,
Okay.
this is just for you. You said the over under for that London game is 40?
40.5.
I would hit that with you. So I'm looking at all previous London games. Anything that's been played in that Tottenham Stadium, which is where they're playing, have all been over 40 points.
Have they?
Like all those games have been over 40.
Well,
now the Wembley Stadium, because I was trying to look, like those field conditions matter for those.
Yes, they
those
do.
teams
Because they're playing on real grass over there.
Yep.
Exactly. So the Wembley Stadium, that those games have been like 23-7, 21-17, 26-3, 24-10, those kinds of scores. Whereas the ones at the Tottenham have been 24-16, 25-20, 27-22, 28, 25, 20, 23. Like, I think teams are hitting at least 20. That I'm just saying, you could probably.
Yeah.
That's
I
where
will buy
I'm
it.
at.
I will buy it down 2 points, and I think you can hit it. I think if
Yeah.
you buy it down 2 points with a bet, like whether you take Brian's Patriots bet or whatever for 9:30, 1 o'clock game, I think you could sit there and take that and get plus 200 odds, right? And you take those and you could parlay that for an afternoon game, right?
Oh, I
So,
wouldn't bet the Patriots with any parlay. I said that
No,
is a
I said-
solo pick.
I'm
That
just
is
okay.
just because it's
that's
like a
Brian's
toss-up
hard
game.
pick.
It's that one is a little bit of a homer pick, but dude, you're talking about two teams that are in disarray right now. So you
Dude,
can't
this
trust
is
either
our
side.
longest podcast. We went an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
It is. So I'll end it here. As always, like, subscribe. We appreciate the love and support. I know we carried on. I talked a lot about WNBA and talked my ass off from college, so I apologize for that. But hopefully, you guys are entertaining. You liked it. Let's win some money this week. And yeah, we'll keep it going. I know Ryan's at what leg are you at? 2? 3?
I'm on number 3. I've been holding out for the last 4 days or what. I didn't do anything on Sunday. I did it all in college. I didn't like last week's lines, so
Yeah.
I've been trying to be a
Brian's-
little more careful with it.
Good. Brian's on 3. Ryan's on what?
1.
You starting over again?
Back.
And
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this baseball
Pittsburgh.
game to do his piece. And then I might jump a level. I might jump 2 to straight to 3 as well. 260 to the next one. So anyway, we'll appreciate the love, support. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.